Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is February 24th, 2024. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears that CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage a so-called October surprise in the United States or elsewhere during the South Carolina primary on today, February 24th, and Super Tuesday on March 5th. So essentially what's going on is in this particular window, this 10-day window, the CIA plans to stage a major event that will ultimately change the outcome of the 2024 election slated for November 5th, 2024. So exactly what is planned is obviously not known. But considering that it's Black History Month until the date of February 29th, a race war attack, possibly targeting African Americans, minorities, or illegal aliens, immigrants, or migrants is expected. This will most likely transpire in Texas, most likely Eagle Pass, where the National Guard has sectioned off an 80-acre area which may come under attack by Chinese, Iranian, or Russian so-called sleeper agents crossing the border. It's also certain that the CIA plans to stage a major mass shooting event in the United States between February 24th and March 5th, and this is designed to trigger a civil war in America over the right to keep and bear arms in the aftermath of the Biden White House passing draconian anti-Second Amendment legislation. In the event that the CIA stages some sort of major terror event or race war attack, it will most likely transpire surrounding or targeting a live sporting event. It's also 100% certain that prior to the date of Super Tuesday on March 5th, the CIA will stage a Donald J. Trump arrest, indictment, assassination, death event, or the Supreme Court is currently mulling a ruling on the legitimacy of the Trump presidency, and so a decision could come at any day. In the event that it allows Donald J. Trump to run in the 2024 election, the CIA plans to stage an escalating wave of agent provocateur race riots across the United States. And in the event that they are unable to do that, they will rule that he is eligible. So if they rule he's eligible, they'll stage a bunch of Antifa, Black Lives Matter, etc. Race riots. And then if they rule that he is not eligible, then they'll probably stage a bunch of celebratory riot attacks, and obviously they're going to probably stage mass shootings or terror events targeting said rioters. On a personal note, I should just highlight the fact that yesterday, or early this morning, I was assaulted. I've been assaulted about 16 times, 17 times in the last 4 years. So it's highly likely that the CIA would assault me, and then I would be forced to defend myself, and then they would throw me in jail. So I'm unable to make videos and publish reports in respect to this planned October surprise. So as I've highlighted in previous videos, we know exactly what the CIA wants to do. So by the date of March 5th, 2024, Super Tuesday, the CIA will stage martial law will be declared in the United States. A DEFCON level event will have transpired. An national emergency in the United States or an international emergency will have transpired, and or World War III. So this window between February 24th and March 5th is really critical, because on March 5th, considering that Trump is expected to win the South Carolina primary today, he will then officially be the nomination for the Republican Party come March 5th. So on Super Tuesday. So this is precisely why Nikki Haley is waiting in the wings and is refusing to surrender her campaign, because they plan on knocking Trump out prior to Super Tuesday, either by arrest, assassination, indictment, so on and so forth, or the SCOTUS ruling, which I previously mentioned. hence the October surprise. It's also highly likely that the CIA will stage a major event in the United States or elsewhere, which will basically derail, postpone, cancel the election in the United States. And so I'm just going to briefly list what we can expect prior to March 5th. An asteroid or comet strike, an alien attack or invasion, an antimatter weapon attack, a biological attack or outbreak, a chemical attack, a dirty bomb attack, nuclear missile strikes or 9/11 style nuclear attacks, a radiological disaster possibly targeting nuclear plants, a weaponized contagion attack, anthrax, Ebola, smallpox, ricin, etc., a major cyber attack, which would be subsequently scapegoated onto China, Iran, or Russia, or anonymous, a coup d'etat targeting one or more capital cities, which I'll list in a second, a Pearl Harbor-like Chinese attack or invasion, most likely targeting islands in the Pacific, or Australia, New Zealand, Japan, South Korea, the United States, or countries in South America such as Argentina or Brazil. And it's also virtually certain that Joseph R. Biden will not be president by the date of March 5th. So basically, they plan to politically to basically shuffle the cards, if you will, in respect to 2024 election by bringing in one Kamala Harris. I made a video previously about Kamala Harris during Black History Month. But that being said, Kamala Harris will become president of the United States by the date of March 5th of 2024, possibly in the aftermath of a Biden impeachment, assassination, death event, resignation, or what have you. There's also the high likelihood that the CIA will escalate one of the 4 ongoing wars, the Russo-Ukrainian war, the Syrian civil war, the Yemeni civil war, and or the Israeli-Hamas war. So last time I was incarcerated illegally, where I'm currently living for 17 days without being convicted of a crime, the CIA staged the Israel-Hamas war. So it's highly likely, as I previously mentioned, that I would be assaulted, attacked, what have you, thrown in jail illegally, and then they would go ahead and escalate one of these wars, and it would predictably be CBRN in nature, chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear in nature, which would obviously take the world into World War III. There's also the possibility that the CIA will stage an attack or invasion by Russia, China, Iran, Pakistan, North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Ukraine, Venezuela, or Cuba, in order to basically trigger World War III. In the event that there is a so-called coup d'etat to overthrow governments, it will most likely target Washington, D.C., Moscow, New York City, London, Berlin, Tokyo, Jerusalem, Cairo, Rome, Paris, Kiev, Tehran, Brussels, or Los Angeles. And so this so-called October surprise, it's imperative to note, is the epitome of Swiss interference into American politics. And so basically, if the current trajectory of things in America continues, then Donald J. Trump will win the South Carolina primary today on February 24th, and then he will win the Super Tuesday primaries, which is, I think, in 13 or 14 states on March 5th. And this will give him enough delegates to lock down the Republican nomination, which will make it virtually certain that he will be the Republican nominee come November 5th, 2024. That obviously cannot be allowed to happen under any circumstance. So the CIA is absolutely desperate to basically to knock him out of the way. And that's why they have, as I mentioned, Nikki Haley waiting in the wings. Because as it currently stands, Trump is slated to defeat Biden in an election, and in the event they have debates, obviously Biden is mentally unfit to debate, so the CIA has to exchange Biden or get him out of the way, the most likely being Kamala Harris. That being said, as I've highlighted in previous videos, the CIA plans to stage a Gavin Newsom declaration for presidency as the Democratic candidate prior to the date of March 5th, 2024. And Newsom will most likely choose one Michelle Obama. This will return one Barack Hussein Obama to the White House, which is exactly what the CIA is planning to do. That being said, there's also the possibility that the CIA will stage a Michelle Obama run for presidency at a later date, which would be subsequently merged with the Newsom campaign. So it's basically new, same Obama, Newsom Obama. So basically, it's a new DNC ticket, but you're getting the same, which is Barack Obama, which many people, including Trump, have stated is a controlling hand behind the Biden campaign. And in the event that the CIA is unable to eliminate Trump from the election prior to the date of March 5th, it's highly likely that the CIA is going to stage some sort of Trump-related terror attack in the United States, which they will claim he had foreknowledge of the attack. So just in the last week or so, I've highlighted numerous plots, neo-Nazi plots, QAnon plots, Russian terror plots, and then they'll claim that Trump, who is in league with Russia, who's also anti-Semitic allegedly, and a neo-Nazi and all these things, and they'll say that he associated with or has links to said attack, and then that will be used to disqualify him from the impending election. So, in other words, the CIA plans to frame Donald J. Trump and or his associates for some sort of heinous race war crime, terror attack, bombing, what have you, prior to the date of March 5th of 2024, in order to basically smear his campaign and sabotage his campaign, so that so basically that's why one of the reasons why Trump is so high in the polls, because they'll stage some sort of an event, and then they'll claim that he dropped extremely quickly in the polls, and that he is no longer the candidate, the popular candidate from his particular party, which, as I mentioned earlier, is why Nikki Haley is refusing to bow out of the race despite having really low poll numbers. So anyway, just to recap, this window between the South Carolina primary and the Super Tuesday on March 5th is hypercritical. I can't highlight that enough. This is a window where the CIA basically has to stage a DEFCON level event, martial law, national emergency, international emergency, World War III, or some major event targeting Trump or Biden, in order to shake up the cards, if you will, or shuffle the cards, if you will, in order to get their person who they want to win the election in office, or in line to win the impending election on November 5th. So what the CIA is planning on doing, we have no idea, obviously, but some sort of catastrophic terror attack, invasion, natural disaster, something which basically hijacks the current peace that's going on in this next 10 days leading up to this historic date is expected. It's not only expected, it's virtually certain that the CIA will stage something, a major false flag, a major watershed moment in American history, in order to derail what is about to transpire. So obviously, hence the title, October Surprise, because the October Surprise, if historically speaking, if you Google it, look up on Wikipedia, there's been numerous instances that right before the election, the presidential election, which is always in November, they stage what is called an October Surprise, which essentially, like the Iranian hostage crisis or Watergate, basically knocks out one of the candidates, or completely hijacks the country to war or terrorism or what have you. So essentially, the CIA is planning on staging said October Surprise in this window between the South Carolina primary tonight and March 5th. So as I do in all my videos, I kindly ask that in the event that these things transpire, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national media outlets, And let's put Swiss interference into American politics behind us. Peace.